Thank you so much. Can I run through my slides now? I want to say thank you. I've heard the panel discussion and all the illustrious panelists. Very, very impressive, very learning, very creative, very innovative. So all I said that I've enjoyed. Thank you for facilitating, because you were running YouTube live and I could watch you live. So now can I run through my slides? Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, we are ready.
Okay. Now, this is what I'm focusing on as I've collected my ideas. In 15-20 minutes, I would like to finish. But these are the few ideas I have collected. As I'm a regular student, I keep learning, I keep reading, I keep making my notes. I have a very good library of my own, and therefore I focus a lot on education. So therefore the subject you gave me was very dear to my heart. Also that I believe what I'm going to share with you is what I believe in, as also in particularly the experience which I've had in administration. So here's my second slide. This is my first slide, friends. I do believe that we have to catch them young. I have heard very very learned panelists. I'm only taking them a little forward. I am taking you a little before the MBAs. I'm taking you even before the BBAs. And now I'm trying to bring you from a theory class, from theory classrooms to field learning projects. Now that's where we need to begin. We begin pretty well from the schools, particularly standard 9 and 10. If we want more unicorns by the time we are 2021, and we don't export our brains to the Western world. So my suggestion is from theory classrooms to field learning projects. Now how? I have some ideas which I'm going to share with you. And what is it that education institutions can do? Now here I'm straightaway coming to the package. What is it that we can do? Number one, I think what we need to do in the school level, 12th standard onwards, and even 11th and the 10th standard 9th and 10th standard onwards, we need to align our curriculum with practical learning. That means alignment of curriculum. That means we need to really look at our curriculums. The National Education Policy, I'll come to it later, which is yet to flower fully and get accepted. I think we are more into controversies on the National Education Policy in many ways on languages, but we're not looking at what the real sub and substance of that National Education Policy is. It's aligning curriculum with practical learning. Secondly is very inclusive learning. That's what the NEP also does. Third, it is bridging the gap between industry and classroom. We are coming to industry by the time we are already BBAs, or bachelors in marketing and bachelors in administration or business management. I'm wanting to bridge the gap between industry and classroom. That's the 10th and the 11th standard. My fourth idea is, I'm ideating right now for you, is how do we foster innovation and critical thinking? I'm coming to some practical options as I go through my slides. Fourth is promote internships, not later, which we are doing now with the real world projects and entrepreneurship. We are promoting now. So we've started only now. So therefore we have begun now, but well begun still, but promoting more and more internships, and not a limited number. Again, I'll explain to you what my ideation is. And not just degree, to make our schools or graduate classes, colleges, just degree factories, which has happened in the past, and that is why we became unemployable. Let me go to my next slide. First was what education institutions could do. Now is what professional institutions can do. First of all, every factory, friends, every factory has all skills, every factory. Whatever subject, whatever product, it is an all skills factory. Secondly, all corporates have component of services, all corporates. Third, corporates is companies, all services besides technology, it includes technology. Third is all NGOs in this country are experiential learning. And I have been running 2 NGOs for the last 40 years. It's all experiential learning, and the word experiential learning is coming now, last few years only. We've lost out, but all NGOs in this country, you learn by experience from them. Fourth, government, we never features it. It's all projects. All projects can be part of internships. All which do not compromise security. All departments of the government are classrooms, are actually workshops. All projects which are non-security. How will a government be? I'll explain as I move on. Third category is the students. So we talked about corporates, we talked about institutions. Now I'm talking about students. Students is the pulse of our progress. We need to make them future ready, not just examination ready. That's exactly when I'm taking you back to school, because that's where you're sowing the love and hunger for practical learning, hands-on learning, workshop learning, workmanship. And you are teaching them compassion, you're teaching them kindness, you values social responsibility. I want to bring in them from the school. And if you do that, which I'm again further coming up, which teach them social responsibility, which is coming through now later on training in emotional intelligence, or the EQs as we call it. And then you talked about, the panel discussion talked substantially a lot about starting local, but thinking global. How important it is now at the moment to think local and start local as substitutes to everything we import. Anything we import, every one of us now need to know by list, what are we importing? How many millions in dollars are we spending to import? And why can't we substitute it? So, and then those who substitute it get substantially recognized and rewarded, because that's going to save foreign exchange. So with these global tariff wars, start local with those items. Even there, some of them are very small, even small. I've noticed the other day when I went for plugging my ear protection because of the swimming. Can you believe it? It was imported. I couldn't get an Indian. My swimming glasses, it was imported. I couldn't get Indian glasses. Now these are things which India need not import. We can become local, but thinking global. So I'm looking at a list of items which our children should have, students should have, entrepreneurs should have, MBOs should have, management associations should have. What are we importing? And why can't we instead export it and manufacture it here? So this is start local, think global. Thinking global is to save our foreign revenues and get out of this war trades, this trade wars. And then, of course, how will we connect entrepreneurial mindset? The next one is government. Then I talked about government. Since I've been a part of the government, just wish to say that this is exactly what I did as Lieutenant Governor in 21, till up to 21, 2016 to 20. I ran as a governor's office internship program for youngsters. And this is the first time a governor's office had interns watching the governor function, and also the departments of the government function. So that is of course the SCPC, but we link them in law enforcement, we link them with self-defense, civil defense now, and many other professions. Like for instance, engineering students which are in engineering can be linked with public works department. Medical students can be linked with public health departments. Computer people can be linked with technology, computer labs, etc. Teachers in training can be linked with school education programs, can be linked as interns as schools. Now, what I'm saying is, this is a classroom, whatever you're teaching in the class, go and see practically. So whatever you're learning, go and see practically. If you're looking at an environment, walk the beach, go to the lakes, go to the water tanks, go to many other things. All environment, the world is full of this experiment. So take agriculture, take them to the farmhouses, take them to horticulture. At the moment, 10 standard, 9 standard should get a hands-on value and get them out of air conditioning. Let them come under the normal weather, so that they learn to weather the storms, as it is said. Let's go to the next one. What are the benefits, friends? I'm only going fast to explain, but this is all, every title is a subject of discussion. So what will benefit? They will learn by doing, they learn by seeing, they learn by enterprise, they're learning by doing theory to practical, they're learning and their habits are formed. The learning is a leadership skill, which we are training them in a classroom, cannot be taught. It has to be learned as they see, as they observe, and preparing them for life. And prepare it all, and it's making them understand India and its work, and manufacturing, and production, and marketing, and sales, everything that you're talking about, and even governance, even administration, even law enforcement. Let's not box them into classroom. I think it should be classrooms without walls. Walk into a factory, walk into a farm field, walk into a playground, walk into a horticulture unit, walk into nature. This is what I'm saying. Let's get the benefits for these children from class 9, 10 onwards. And if you have a 3-day school, you have 2-day practical. Go into the practicality of all that you're learning. If you teach them early on, then they will have ideas. They'll have innovation, they'll know where the problems, they'll come to the solutions, and they start thinking. You are making them think. And then when they rewrite, they won't copy chat GPTs, they will not call it chat GPT, they will not Google, they will learn them for research. But they have seen, they've done, and they have experienced it. So the habits have been formed. Here's my next slide. What are the key takeaways for you people, for the students in the corporate sector, friends, and for my respected audience? Is number one, you will pick up strategic development early on. As I've said, it will be about climate technology. Now you can take the higher jargon. But the key takeaways for corporates and sector is that you will start strategy development much earlier, and you will be learning from global models. China, do you know, has exemplified 985 universities. China has pumped in a lot of resources into 985 universities and targeted investments. These are select universities which can elevate national research output in global. So where do we compare? How do we compare? We are having IITs on our fingertips. No, it's all universities and maximum possible. Then of course the collaborative I'm looking at collaborative ecosystem. Collaboration, an ecosystem, a factory, school, playground, agriculture field, surrounded with nature, even marketing. It's becoming a corporate ecosystem. It's an ecosystem. Wherever you have a major factory, it develops. In fact, the project that school could become an ecosystem and a thinker of that project in particular. Then you have policy implementation, as I said, link them with understanding how policy is made when they link themselves as internships with various governments, which means a lot of transparency in the governance, which means policy changes which secretaries, the IAS officers, the IPS, they should allow interns to join them in the departments, attend some of their meetings, and see how governance policies are made. That's policy implementation early on. Then they will decide whether they want UPSC, or they want government service, or they want private sector, or they want to be entrepreneurs or professions. And then we will also be nurturing urban innovation centers. India can enhance its position in global research indices and contribute significantly to advancements in critical STEM areas. Friends, this is a little for a higher level, but I want to say these are your basic takeaways, but we have to go back from schools to factories. Next slide. This is my conclusion, friends, in the time given to me, is education is not just preparation for life. It is life itself. And nation building begins the moment students see themselves not just as rote learners, but as leaders of tomorrow. And how will they see themselves as leaders of tomorrow if they don't have their hands in the till, if they don't dirty their hands very well on, and get out of the weather storms and get ready for any uncertainties of today, uncertainty in climate, uncertainty in political evils, uncertainty in the kind of peace and harmony which is now being broken. So friends, I thought this would be my conclusion, and grateful that you gave me this opportunity, Mr. Rao. I am sorry could not be with you on this day, but I thought I'd give my 2 cents to you. I know the audience is a very, very prestigious audience, and I beg your pardon, I couldn't see you in person, but I thought I'd share with you because I love education. I've continued to upskill my own education, started with the master's and honors, and then PhD, and then postdoctoral fellowship and authorship. I'm a regular student and a learner, and that is where these few, and then coupled with my administrative experience, and that's exactly what I did. And I also have been a teacher and a trainer wherever I've been. So here are my 2 cents for all of you shared. I hope I have been of some value to the time you gave. Thank you so much.